Well, hello there. I'm back with loads of venom from last episode. In case you don't know what happened, I basically decided 1v1 a full-grown Megalania as a half-grown adolescent Alberta, and I managed to beat him. It was freaking amazing, you guys. I just heard it's fake, I believe. I highly suggest you watch the previous Alberta episode just in case you might have missed it. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get this bad boy to full grown this episode. And hopefully demonstrate to you guys that Alberta is a very strong playable. Despite the TLC having received, well, rather mixed reviews. Let's just say that. A lot of people complained about this Alberta TLC. And my belief as to why is because they focus too much on the new block, which kinda sucks, to be completely honest with you. Because it only blocks 10% of the damage, and it counterattacks with an attack that only happens once every 7 seconds. So if you're gonna try to revolve your dinosaur around that, you're probably gonna fail. But let's talk more about build details when we do get to Subadult and we unlock our senses and our voice ability, because that's gonna complete our build. And I will show to you guys the way that I play Alberta. And we're gonna test it out on the field, eh? Now, I still don't know what kind of materials the nest needs for Alberta. I do hope they're available here. I really hope that. And we're gonna go over to Wilderness Peak simply because I just discovered the last episode that it's one of the greatest places to quest. I really enjoyed it. It has to be one of my favorite questing places. But let's just hope that nobody else is here though. Okay, hearing noises. I hope that's okay, that's just a critter. Because our HP isn't looking that great, so we kinda have to be careful. Now watch a freaking Sarco pop from the water and grab us. Branchio. Branchies. I'm hearing distant footsteps that way. They seem quite slow. Possibly an Amarga trotting? Yeah, the rocks are fairly easy as well. So pretty much what I really love about Alberta is the new stomp attack that it has. And I'm really enjoying the stomps, the new AoE system, right? I think the new AoE system is freaking amazing. And Alberta is one of the rare dinos that is able to use such stomp ability. And the only other two options that have stomp is Spino and Amarga, and they're both very slow. They're both very slow and big and sluggish for me. Oh my god, these guys are not gonna let me talk, are they? So, yeah, keep interrupting, please. Thank you, game. So, pretty much, Alberta remains the only smaller, quote-unquote, smaller-sized dinosaur that has stomp. And before I did last episode, I thought that Alberta's stomp was like really small. Because back when it had stomp at the very beginning, if you remember, it was an AoE similar to, like, from where I am to this tree right here. But they actually instead gave it a 15-meter range, which is nuts. And just to put it into perspective, you guys, how much damage it does. So let's take a look at Dasp. Dasp has 3,500 combat weight. The exact same as an Alberta. 3,500, right? And you guys know how notorious Dasp is for its damage. It's regular bite alone, you know how much it hurts, right? Well, guess what? The stomp from Alberta deals more than twice the damage of a Dasp's bite. That is just unreal. Being hit by like 2 Dasp bites back to back would leave most mid-tiers below half HP. And Alberta has that kind of damage on demand as an AoE attack. And while it does scale with distance, so the closer the enemy is to you, the more the damage, up to 150, right? That is the, as you saw in my previous video, that is the reason why you save up Stomp as an ultimate attack. And you only use it when you know the enemy is gonna take the full brunt of the damage. And at the same time, you catch them by surprise. This guy is just eyeing me weirdly. Oh my god, okay, this is amazing. I totally forgot I'm in one of the best spots to nest in this game. That's kind of funny, actually. It totally didn't occur to me. Didn't occur to my brain, like, why everybody else builds nests here. And there's literally a nest over there, fully decorated. Didn't occur to me why everybody builds nests here, and it's simply because all the resources are right here, like quite literally right here. Branches, right? Okay. I'm gonna destroy it. And I'll place it right here in the middle. Just so that it will have easier access to 2 other resources. It's better for it to be closer to 2 resources and far from 1 than it to be equally far from all 3 resources, if that makes sense. And we're also going to get a food quest rather soon. And we can just straight out eat these roots here. Had I known it needed branches, I would have collected the branches farther up for my quest. So I would have more here for the nest. But that's fine. Not gonna be too bad. Now, these AI critters are pissing me off. Like, enough is enough. You need to shut up. Like, honestly, Alderaan needs to do something. Alderaan definitely needs to do something about these critter noises. They're just way too obnoxious. They're just way too obnoxious. And let's see if this is enough reeds. Okay, wait, how many more reeds? Oh my god, this needs a lot of reeds. What the hell? Must have delivered like 10 by now or more. Is that enough now because it changed size? Okay, like 2 more reeds, I believe. So, I'll show you something cool about roots. Because last time when I told you guys, some of you didn't know. And the cool thing about roots and melons is that if you're playing with forager, well, you don't need to have forager for melons, but say roots. You can just eat them, and they will give you a water buff, which is going to replenish your thirst. Look at that. Albeit it's not that fast, but it will keep you hydrated and fed. Roots are the best item in the game. Changed my mind. Alright, we gotta keep eating. Maybe if we just take them like this, it's gonna be faster. Oh, if you want more water, you should just eat them off the ground. In case you're far away from a water source, you can do it this way. Pretty sure there's more than enough roots here for the nest. That's why I'm giving myself the liberty to just eat them. Bro. Don't swallow them. Contribute to the nest. Yeah, there we go. Bro, can you... Okay. Contribute. You big chunker. You big hungry chunker. Well, I'm actually starting to feel quite chunkers now. It's interesting how once you cross to Subadult territory, you can feel your dinosaur getting bigger. It's a good thing because now I can change my diet as well. I won't be staying I won't be staying with, well, sticking rather with what's it called, with forager, because I don't need it anymore. Wait, what? Oh, finish constructing. I'm like, how did it finish in just one branch? Before we move on with the branches, let's take a look at our abilities. So, switch back to herbivore. Now, we got Frilled Bond, increases damage by 7.5% and armor by 7.5%. Yourself and any ceratopsians in your group within 50 meters, stacks up to 4 times. Now, question is, will this work out of group? Pivot. Improves turn speed by 50% while blocking. This is like... Okay, because we're not going to be using block. Enrage. Increase your damage by 15% for 60 seconds. This ability can be used if deafened. Okay, very solid. Just to put into perspective, 15% of 150, right, is 22.5. So it will buff our stomp to 172.5 damage, which is quite a lot. For 30 seconds, your block has an instant cooldown and does not use any stamina. This ability can be used if deafened. I wish this made the counter attack have no cooldown instead. And Vengeful Roar. For 60 seconds, your block now reflects damage equal to 75% of any incoming attack as piercing damage. This ability can be used if deafened. Enrage, I think, is just the way to go. So let's get Enrage. And let's try this. I hope it works. I really hope so. And it doesn't. Sad. Like, let's see how fast I can turn with having that thing on. Don't get me wrong, this ability is great if you're playing with somebody, but you guys know I play solo only, so that is completely useless to me. So we'll just have Pivot as a placeholder in case we ever decide to give the, what's it called? The block spec a try, right? Wait, I'm a genius. Okay. Even though we won't be using block, we can use it to turn around faster so we can smack somebody. That is just awesome. Yep, so you guys always need to be creative when you play any games. And not just this game. So we can use that 50% turn rate while blocking in order to turn around faster. In case we're facing a dinosaur that just wants to make loops around us. Even though I don't think we're gonna be having that problem, it's good to have that option. We're also gonna get, I guess, an ability that we can use. Yeah, Razor Crest probably, that we can use together with a counterattack build. I think Razor Crest would probably be the only one I would use. I could also use the armor thing. It gives you 15% armor per stack. But we'll see. First, Off Guard is perfect. And I want to use Stomp. Stomp a normal headbutt and play Alberta the way I always used to play it in the past. But the only difference now is that I don't, instead of charge, I have Stomp. And I don't think I'm gonna be taking any other ability except for Stomp for my leg slot. Could be the last quest. Okay, perfect. We're almost at half. And this is enough now to get Razor Crest. So the counterattack does 70 damage, and this buffs it by 50%, so 35 extra, so 105 damage. And regain 5% of your health. So yeah. Let's have this as an option. And let's go to Grand Plains and see if we can get ourselves a trophy. Now we're pretty much a whole growth stage ahead of when we fought that Meg at the end of our last episode, so we got a huge stat advantage. But of course, we need to be fully grown to be at full stats. Oh my god. I saw it coming from miles away. I'm like, I keep hearing footsteps. It almost sounds like an owl trotting. I mean, I can make short work of an owl. Owl is easy mode for me. With most dinos, really. But especially with Alberta and Styraco. Oh, it's a Dakarthy, never mind. Another thing I like about Stomp is that, say you're fighting in Apex or whatever, and they decide to corner camp because they can't outturn you. They're just gonna sit behind, with their back behind a rock, right? And they're facing you. You can just get into close range or above them, and you can just stomp them and deal massive amounts of damage to them without touching them at all. So their corner camping will amount to nothing, and you can repeat that every 30 seconds. And there's nothing they can do to stop you, except for stop camping and try to chase you. So Stomp basically turns Alberta into a ranged dino. Gives it a ranged capabilities to deal damage, which is freaking awesome. Alberta is the new dinosaur. Top kick. Okay, that was some easy quests. Now guys, just, I know I don't say this often, you know. I know I'm totally not infamous for saying this, but imagine if Alberta had braced legs. Just, just imagine for 1 second. Because, think about it, right? It's very slow, so it would kind of warrant having braced legs, wouldn't it? Wink wink. I think I can still hear the Dakarthy cutting about. Oh, that is something fast. Is that it's a Metri, yeah. It is a Metri. Very interesting. It's an albino one as well. Not sure if it's together with the Dakarthy here. Although it might. Dakarthy is moving aside. Can be violent. Yeah, Dakarthy, he attacked me first, bro. Oh no. Well, that's not gonna happen. The little doggy gonna chase now. The Metri doggy. Mixed backers. You stink. Stinky, stinky mixed backer. Doesn't this Titan know that if I catch him alone, I'm gonna turn into sashimi? Interesting how the Metri did not chase at all. That is very interesting. And also the conch just did whatever that was. Now I basically gotta appear docile and just try to trade with the Conca until I know that he's kind of low HP and then just stomp him to the stratosphere. Already popping your heal, kick W. Really? Yeah, eat that. Already giving up? Let's do this because I can't see anything. This guy's gonna wait for HP. Oh my god, that's the wrong button. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I pressed the button for the freaking block. You guys like that stomp? Gonna feint and go after this guy. Yes. You like that? You want to try again? I just need another ranged shot at this Conca. Ooh. Thought that was in range. No, I'm not following you, are you stupid? There we go, we can finally heal. Come on, Mr. Conca, try again. You're gonna get stuck. I keep taking free damage. Let's see who can last longer. Not even fully grown. Guy using every freaking trick in the book here. Well, I did trade there with like 7 health bars, and also being halfway sub definitely performed way better than they did. 1,000 times better than they did. So the Metri used the group heal and kept healing alongside the Conca. And they were just coming back and forth and healing and back and forth, taking damage and healing. And then he used his personal heal as well and did the same thing. So I must have traded with at least 3 times with the Metri's health bar and like 2 times with the Conca's health bar. It's like I effectively fought 5 of them. And I was only alone and not even fully grown, but they both were fully grown. Like, perhaps this is one of the rare cases where maybe Razor Crest would have allowed me to get the upper hand by counterattacking with 100 damage headbutt and healing myself a bit, but that is questionable. Actually, you know what? I might as well just try that. I might just, for the sake of experimentation, just give Razor Crest a whirl and see what happens. Even though this thing is a bit delayed. I think that's about it. So 100 less HP and 100% less status recovery rate, which is horrendous. Those are both great buffs. But we gain access to a 50% stronger counterattack with 5% heal. I personally don't think that's worth it, but I do want to try it out. Because you never know. Because when I did play Rex, I also thought that I would just use Shatter Stride and not use Surprise Attack at all. What? But I was kind of proven wrong. Okay, good thing that you told me. Good thing this Sarko just announced his presence so that now I can wait for him patiently and get a free trophy for myself. Gotta wait for him to come out and then start counting the 1-minute timer. Now, had I been a Styraco there, I would have had a better chance, ironically, because the bleed from the horn wouldn't have allowed them to heal at all. But what can you do? Some situations are a bit too hard to deal with. You know, we gotta be very careful here. Awesome. Quick vigor. And I just realized that we did not equip our enrage. That is unfortunate. Not sure if it would have been enough to make a difference, but it may have been with the stomp. So that's a bit unfortunate. We did not do this. We did not pop enrage. Yeah, probably not a good idea to make this jump. To even attempt this jump. Let's just get the succulents here. Should be enough, these 3 patches. At least I hope so. Nah, they won't. We're gonna be at 28. Now, one thing I dislike about Alberta is just how incredibly slow it is. I think it's a bit too slow for its size. It's only DASP combat weight. DASP size, but it is slower than an allo. I don't really see the logic behind that. Also looks like they took away Alberta's Berserker. The ability that gave it damage and cooldown reduction when it got to low health. At least I did not notice it when I was picking my abilities. It looks like somebody took the clamps. Never mind, I'm just blind. Here's to hoping Green Hills has players. Because I want to finish these quests and move over to Green Hills and just try to fight people for trophies. I do want to get at least a trophy this in this episode. Honestly, that critter should be... It should be illegal to have that kind of obnoxious noise that it makes. It's like one of the devs got tasked with the most annoying noise they could come up with for a critter, and that one won. Nice, and after this it's gonna be bloodstones. Am I hearing other footsteps? It's a bit funny because I sort of feel slower than when I'm playing Rex for some messed up reason. And it probably has to do with the Alberta's shape of body. It's just like a little fat potato with legs. And it feels like I'm running at 350 movement speed. I don't know why. Severed tendon. Let's just read this ability real quick again. Up to 5 stacks. Any additional stacks for 5 minutes. That is just so stupid. Like, it doesn't even tell you how long the stacks last for. And the damage on them, I think the damage is only 30. It's quite abysmal. It would be good if it if it could stack up to 20% and would do more than 2%, like 4% per stack, stacked 5 times to 20%, then it would be an ability that I would consider choosing. But 10% means that the other mid-tiers, which is most of them that run at 1100 movement speed, will get debuffed by 110 at max stacks, which is going to put them at 990, which is still faster than you. So what the hell? Like, what is the point? You're debuffing them so they can still outrun you? Yeah, I do get the player base's frustration with this DLC. Because it's like Alderaan never learned math when they did this DLC. They're like, ooh, 10 seems like a good number. 10% seems like a good number. It seems like a very nice looking number. Let's just give 10% damage reduction on a block ability. Let's be the first developers in the history of gaming to do such a revolutionary update. And also, let's give it 10% slow to a slow playable, so that it can slow others down to the point where they will still be faster than it. That is just genius DLC design right there. Pretty sure I'm hearing footsteps in this direction. Yeah, like when I play, I mean, it's still early to give a verdict on this dinosaur, but I'm kind of just thinking about Styraco most of the time when I'm playing. And I'm like, I kind of wish I was playing Styraco. Did I just see a floating dinosaur again? I think Green Hills is quite bugged. I believe this Hatze is not fully grown. Or is it? Can you shut up, critter? Are you fully grown, Mr. Hatz? No, you're not. We've got the adult colors. How did that not hit? Hello? You know what? I'm gonna look this guy. You know, what is this? Restores health. It's not even instant healing. What? What? Hello, mister. Sorry, guys, I couldn't resist doing that. I was gonna let him live. But, but Stomp is just too fun not to use it. Poor guy. Wait, let's see if the turn works when I'm walking as well. It does. So it's just consuming stamina in perpetuity. I see. That's not too great, is it? Kinda wish it was a one-time stamina thing. Definitely very underpowered, the block mechanic. Here's still hoping that Alderon buffs it in future updates, because I believe it really needs a buff. Also 20 seconds to get 5% health back. Like what? You're getting like 0.4%. No, that's not even that. Like around 0.2%, I think, health back per second. What the hell is that? What the hell is even that? Kinda feel bad for that poor Hatze. I just couldn't resist using my stomp. Ooh, we really gotta make haste. And to try to get a trophy. Quite honestly tempted to just play Styraka after this. Come to think of it, I only did one video of Styraka. And I think it was quite well received. You guys did enjoy it. Quite a bit. Let's do Bluetooth, hello? No Bluetooth? Crouch even? There we go. Good, Berta. Now, the camel colors leave something to be desired. Well, quite a lot of things to be desired, quite frankly. But it could be worse. Oh, okay, that took a long time to start counting down the quest. Okay, it's getting dark soon. Okay, now we can gain stamina back, and we wait for pretty much, we wait to see where everybody's at. It's weird because usually there's, yeah, okay, never mind. There you go, there's a Carno. I mean a Pycno. Okay, a Pycno 1v1 would be really nice. Quite enjoy it. Let's see if this guy's interested. Hello, mister. You'd like to say hi to me? Because if you don't, I will say hi to you instead. Well, where's my counter attack? let me get free hits, bro. What are you doing? Oh, on charge. Yeah, nice charge. Nice block, bro. It's such a good mechanic, bro. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Come on. Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me right now. Is he gonna escape by a freaking sliver? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I need you to turn around and try to charge me again. Come on. Coup de grace, let's go. Of course. You can't have any good things in this server, can you? Oh no, the megs are gonna join. Yep. This is it, you guys. Double KO. Well, that's what you get, Mr. Big Spacker. You get sent to the respawn screen for your insolence. Well, while that sucked, because I did miss an easy hunt there, and the Conca had to butt in at the worst possible moment, I still managed to take the Pycno down with me. Again, not being fully grown. Again, another mistake I did was not using rage, which probably would have been enough to have finished off the Pycno there. I also did whiff it when I was chasing it. I did miss once or twice. And maybe should have waited a bit more on the stomp. Because you saw the moment I used stomp, the guy just turned bloody real quick. And one thing you gotta remember when fighting Pycnos is that you never want to use your most damaging ability as your first option. Because they do have cracked scoots. And they will just reduce the damage on said ability by 50%. Also, Razor Crest is complete trash. Like, well, block is complete trash, more like. I blocked 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row did it not counterattack. And I just lost 3 health. And nothing happened. And Off Guard is the undisputed winner. Just the undisputed winner, period, is Off Guard. And if you're running like a really stamina hungry build, maybe with a head slam, maybe you can go with Second Wind. But yeah, that yikes for the block ability is a big L for you, Alderon. I'm sorry, but unless you fix the hitboxes first and foremost, and then you buff the damage reduction and the cooldown, I don't see a world where it can be a good idea to run block Alberta. It's simply not possible. Well, anyways, I'm gonna park my Berta boy here. And here's to hopefully next time having a better experience. Because I was expecting more. Oh, why did I not go with the Taurus one? This looks so cool, actually. Attack damage, stam recovery. I did not notice how cool the horns look like on the Taurus. But anyways, I digress. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next bird episode. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you want more Alberta episodes. Or let me know if you want to see other dinos as well. And which one. And I'll see you guys on the next one, eh? So take care and bye-bye.